Hi there, today I'm unboxing a wireless IP camera. So this particular camera supports a resolution of 1080p. It's by a company called AKASO, hope I pronounced that correctly. Model is the P30 Smart Camera. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's have a quick look around the packaging. So comes nicely packaged in a fairly small box. Details here. So cloud storage, TF storage, phone viewing and pan and tilt. Got some contact details there and some other details about the camera. So it's wireless, has motion detection, 1080p which I've already mentioned, and two-way audio. Okay, so let's open it up and see what we get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging. So let me quickly show you the items you get in there. So first of all, the actual power adapter here. So just to show, the output is 5 volts 1 amp. It's quite good, standard sort of power adapter, so you could use others if it actually became faulty. The actual power cable here, so USB at one end, micro USB at the other end. Cable quality feels good, not cheap and nasty in any way. And let me come in close, feels reasonably good quality. There you go, and ample cable as well. And it's good, they've used a cable like this, so if you wanted to replace, easy to replace. Okay, so you've got some fixtures for mounting the actual camera. This is the actual base to mount it on, so you literally drill some holes at the other end and just screw it in. So the sticky pad must be obviously to stick it into place if you wanted to. So I guess if you had it on the table, you could stick it on. I wouldn't feel too comfortable obviously sticking it to the side or above in case it does fall off. Prefer really to use the fixings for that. So the actual camera itself, quite a compact camera, really tiny to be honest. I did think it would be slightly bigger than this. So let me give you the dimensions briefly. So from the bottom to top, it's about 9.5 centimeters, and across we're saying around 5.5 at most. And if I come in at the large part here, it's around 6. So quite small really. Quite impressed at the size of it. Okay, so in terms of the base, you take the base, you place it on here. Let me just show, there's two clipping bits that just go into there, and you just turn it to lock it into position. So from what I've seen, it's just like so, and it locks in, and then it comes out like so. Power goes in there, so it's as simple as just taking it, and let me show. Plugging it in like so. And then obviously you can secure it like this. So good design actually, I have to admit. Going around it, you've got the area here, speaker microphone more likely, and then obviously if I take that off, just to show. Okay, so that's the speaker, that must be the microphone, so a small hole there. If I can show the actual camera there. And you've got the micro SD card slot here, together with a small reset button. If I can zoom in and give you that, there you go, just here. So everything's there, and quite a small design as I've already said, so quite nice. And obviously it's got pan and tilt on there, so this is motorized like this, and if I can show it, so motorized like that as well. So quite a nice design. Okay, so let's make a start with configuring this camera. So before we turn it on, let's get the app installed. So I've got my Android device here. I've had a quick look at the instructions. We've got a couple of QR codes for the App Store and Google Play. And also they've said what you should search for. So it's AKASO Smart. So let's start up Google Play and search for it, and there it is. And let me hit install and give it a moment to install. Okay, so the app's installed. Let me click open, and let it start up. So the first thing you need to do is register. So let me accept the agreement. I'll enter in my details and we can proceed from there. Okay, so I've registered my account and logged in. So this is what I'm presented with. So let's click Add Home and enter your home name. Let's just call it Home. Click Done to that. Okay, so that's what we're presented with now. So the next thing we're going to do is turn on the camera. So I've got it plugged in already. Just going to hit the power button. So that's on now. So you see a red light's come on. And let's just turn it in this direction. Go back to the app. We'll click Add Device. And let's scroll down. Smart camera. There you go. So it's saying, have we got a light flashing on there? So there you go. Flashing away. Let's click next to that. So it's asking for my Wi-Fi password. So let me do that off camera. Okay, so I've entered my Wi-Fi password and it's got a QR code on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to point the camera to it. Just give it a moment. Okay, and it says, did you hear a beep? And I did hear a beep just come out of it. So let's give it a moment. There you go, added in. So it's called Smart Camera. Let's click Done. Looks like it's connecting straight away, and there you go. Okay, let me begin by putting in the micro SD card. So I've turned the camera off and I'm just putting it in like so. There you go, it clips in and we can just turn it back on again. Okay, so I've turned the camera back on. It's initialized now, and just to let you know, it can support micro SD cards up to 128 gig. Now the app itself, it's based on Smart Life, so you don't actually have to use this if you didn't want to, but we'll proceed with using this one. So if I click here. Okay, so let me show you around the options on the app. So we've got a speaker there to listen in on any sound around the microphone in the actual camera. And you've got SD standing for standard definition, and HD, obviously high definition. You've got the signal strength there from the Wi-Fi connectivity on the camera. Next thing, you've got screenshot. If I click that, yeah, there you go. It's saved to the phone's gallery. If I press speak, you can hear the echo. Hang on, testing, 1, 2, 3. Here you go, you can hit record. And it will initiate a recording, and there you go, it says it's recording, and that's the length it's doing. Okay, playback. You can see the footage that's been recorded and go back. You've got a date selection here, so you can go back through the footage. Record, obviously record what we've already seen. Stop that, and screenshot. Okay. Going back to the camera. Okay, let's go back in. Gave a slight error. If we click on direction now. We should be able to adjust the camera. There you go, you can see it moving now, and like so. Okay, and if I go back, and then alarm, you've got motion detection alarm switch, so that'll turn on motion detection. And if I go up, cloud storage, so if I click there, if you've purchased the cloud storage option on this, then it will record directly to the cloud. Let's go back. Okay, so next, if I click here, that'll expand the view so you can see it in full screen. And the options you have here is obviously the speaker and the microphone. And you can also navigate like so as well. So quite useful. Okay, go back to there. Next, if I click that option here, the edit dots here, you can modify the name of the device. You can share the device with other people. The device info, so details about that, and you can use it with the Echo. So it's the Echo which has a screen on there, so you can integrate with that and have it displaying on that screen what the camera's seeing. Okay, basic feature settings, indicator light, flip the picture, and time watermark, so you can fiddle around with those if you wanted to. Sound detection settings, I've not seen this on an alarm, so that's quite an interesting one. So if it does, I guess, pick up any sound, you'll be alerted. Let's turn that on, just see what happens. SD card, oh, there you go, sound detected, so it's picked me up, so that's a pretty cool feature. Let's turn that off, don't want it going off every second. So motion detection, you've already seen that, turned it on already. SD card settings, there you go, and it looks like it has recorded some footage on there, so we've got some on there already. Continuous recording, event recording, so if I just switch to that, we don't want continuous recording on there. Okay, switched over, let's go back. Cloud storage, obviously the purchase option there. Let's go back from there. Subscriptions history, just to show that one. Go back. Feedback, if you have any issues, you can feed it back to them. Okay, firmware update, that's the current version. And you can remove the device. There you go, as simple as that to set up and configure. Okay, so let's test out the motion detection on the alarm. So we've connected to it. See if anything happens if I do this. There you go, camera motion detected. Okay, so it does work. If I click back on playback, and if we come in, you can see a few more grey bits in there. So I'll skip along, and there you go. So footage does get recorded, which is good to see and know, but you can't initiate a record and a screenshot on there. So thing to be aware of, I guess it may need firmware update to sort of sort that out, or maybe it's my phone that's having problems with it. So, but it does work and you can go back on the footage, which is great. Okay, so let's test this camera out to see if it works purely on data. So give it a second. So there's my 4G, and there you go, pictures appeared. So let's put it into full screen, turn it around, give it a second. There you go. Let me go back again and flip it over to HD, and again full screen on that, just to give you an idea. There you go, picture quality is really good, and that's with the lights off in the room, so that's the night vision. Okay, so here's the picture quality with the lights on in the room. Picture quality is very good, as you can see, and it's great that you can actually control the camera without opening any ports on your router. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show is the camera working with the Smart Life app. So Smart Life app is just here. I already use this in my home. Let me click it. Obviously my account's set up and configured already, and there you go. I've added the camera in there, and just to show, put it into an area in my property at the moment, the porch area, and there you go. And the interesting thing about this is, if I go to Smart and do add, you can add it as part of some of the automation, but I was surprised you couldn't add it as a condition. So what I was looking to do, if possible, so you see everything here, you can see device, and I can't see it in here. So what I was thinking, if there was motion in my porch area, I could get it to turn a light on, but it's not quite how it works. So you don't see it in here. That's a bit of a shame really, but it does appear in the execute options. So if I click on this one, I can say smart camera. If something happens, then the indicator turns on and off, or let's go back in. Motion detection is turned on and off. So can be useful. Let me show the last one, and motion sensitivity. So that's the three things you can control on this. So still could be useful to anyone wanting to play about with this on the smart tech side of things. Okay, so what we can actually do now, as it's linked up with the Smart Life app, we can actually call out to Google and say, okay Google, show me the porch camera.
Alright, streaming the porch camera on living room display.
Okay, so for this functionality, just to highlight, you do have to use the Smart Life app. It won't work with its app that it recommends. So there you go, it's working. So what I'm going to do now, let me just quickly go into the porch and just demonstrate the lag on this. So if I put my arm out, it's actually in the porch at the moment. Let's give it a moment. The lag can be a little bit slow on this. So there you go. See, I'm back at my camera.
If I put my arm out,
You see quite a big lag on there. But obviously the purpose of this is just to show the actual streaming in action. So there you go. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this IP camera. Very simple to set up. App installs quickly and you're ready to go really quick. In terms of the app, it's quite interesting that it's based on Smart Life, so you could use Smart Life instead of their app. It is literally one and the same thing. In terms of functionality, very simple to configure and use. It's interesting, it's actually got the sound detection on there as well. So added bonus really on top of the actual motion detection. So if one didn't pick it up, the other might. So quite good in that way. So big advantage for me on this one is the fact it works with Smart Life, so it could integrate easily with the tech I've got in my home. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing and don't forget to like and subscribe.